Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for taking time to watch this video compilation. I went through a couple of videos and I saw some of the ones that you guys liked the most. I wanted to go ahead and put something together to show this to you guys while I work on other things. I got a couple of things that's occupying a lot of my time, but I at least wanted to put this out so you guys can look at this. If you guys like things like this, put it down in the comments and I can do a lot more. I can do the best of 2024, best of UFOs, filmed from airplanes, and all kinds of stuff, but we'll see some of the reactions you guys give me to this. So let me go ahead, let me quit my yap and sit back, grab some popcorn, something to eat, relax, and enjoy this, and put your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in videos over the weekend. All right, guys, welcome back. So the National UFO Reporting Center, and I'll leave a link in the description, has just released a whole bunch of UFO information, but there was one incident in particular that I wanted to share with you guys today. It's actually a reporting by two pilots by seeing a triangular shaped craft. And the reason why I'm reporting this one, or at least showing this to you guys, because they actually have photos of this that are pretty interesting. So let me get into this report. Now, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description to their site and then also a link over to this particular report. So this incident is going to take us over to Fayetteville, North Carolina. And basically it's about 100 miles south of what they're saying there with this, but they spotted a triangular shaped object, and here's going to be the actual report here for this. So they actually have their sightings done by numbers and stuff, so you guys can see that at the very top. But it's interesting as you scroll through this and look at the information. I like that they actually give you guys this because we can go in and we can see more information. There's, like they say here, the estimate size of it was the size of a football field, or football field sizes. And we've heard about this before in the past. I've mentioned this before with people seeing these triangular shaped UFOs or objects in the sky, and they are huge. They're not small. So something the size of a football field being that large in the sky would just kind of freak me out if I saw it for the first time. But I think we're kind of getting desensitized to a lot of this stuff. So if we see it nowadays, we may be like, okay, get my camera out and let's film this. But it says direction from viewer. They give you tons of information on it here, but the story is right here, and it says a large triangular craft traveling west to east at approximately 32,000 feet, seen from above the airline traveling north-south at 36,000 feet. It says here the three white lights, one on nose if triangle, one white light on each rear corner. And like I said, we've seen this before, and I'll show you guys a picture of this, and I'll show you the pictures they have down here. And this is a single red light in the center where tail would be, and not picked up on either onboard radar or the TCSA. And it says red light turned on after approximately 30 seconds. Craft suddenly appeared to fizzle with what looked like a static discharge for approximately 10 seconds. Then effectively disappeared into the darkness. It says either it left or it went total dark, which it either just zoomed away, which we know they can do that, or maybe it cloaked itself. It said it was at nighttime, so they wasn't sure which one. So here's going to be the actual photos of this particular craft. All right, y'all, looking at these photos, they are pretty interesting. I mean, you would think that you're looking at this first one, you're not sure what it is. It doesn't look like a conventional craft. You get this second one, and it would be considered a triangular shaped craft. But then you get the third one, which looks even more interesting. Look like you're looking at five lights. Now, the craft could have moved, and they could have snapped a picture when it was moving to make it seem like it was five lights. But it does appear to be more than three lights, and it doesn't really appear to be triangular shape. And I'm gonna let you guys know why I think this. Now, I could be completely wrong on this, but when you start looking at this a little bit closer, it gets a lot more interesting when you start trying to, at least what I did, instead of trying to enhance the photos and make it out to be a triangular shaped craft, I just brighten the actual images up. And when you brighten them up, this is kind of what you get here. You don't see too much here, but when you start looking at the second or the third photo, you look to what could possibly be a cube, if you guys can see that. The background is, of course, a little bit lighter, and then the craft is actually dark. Look at that right there. This looks to be possibly cube shaped, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I didn't enhance this photo at all. I didn't try to do anything to make it look like a cube or anything like that. You can go to their site and download and do what you want and play with it, but let me know what you think, because this right here is kind of, I've never seen this before. And like I said, I didn't do anything to the actual image. I just went in and brightened it up, and the actual object is darker than the background, which shows you more of the shape of it. And looking at this up close, you see this here. You see what appears to be 5 lights there, and I just don't know what to make. I've never seen this before, and when I brightened it up, I said, what the heck? Is this really what I think it is? It looks like a huge cube-shaped UFO and not so much triangular shape. But put down in the comments what you guys think. This is just kind of, it's kind of freaky and interesting and kind of good in a good way. It gets me kind of excited to see something new with this. So put down in the comments what you think about this. And then there's going to be something else I want to show you. There's another quick case too I want to show to you guys that they have on their site too. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So what you're seeing here was someone has sent me some information from their dash cam in their car, and they caught a lot of footage, and this was out of that dash cam footage. You sent about 10 minutes long. This was one of the best ones in there, and I'm showing this to you guys because the photo that I'm going to show to you actually somewhat resembles this craft. Now, it may not be as small as that craft is, but this one's actually coming from Mexico, and there's always a lot of UFO, I guess, activity over in Mexico. And here is the footage here. Now, from the information that I got, it was basically someone going out and they shot this or took a photo of this, and then they kind of zoomed up. They didn't get any video footage of, which would have been great if we had got video footage. But I know sometimes this stuff is unexpected, and bam, it's just there and then it's gone. So if you look closely at this, I know it's going to be a little distorted as I kind of zoom in and stuff. This kind of resembles the sport model that Bob Lazar has always talked about, that he worked at when he was at Area 51 in the S4 division. Looking at this, and you guys can even see that the sun is kind of reflecting off the top left of this as well, which could be kind of difficult to do. It can be done, but here it is a little bit closer. I know it's a little bit distorted and stuff, kind of zoomed in and then kind of zooming out, but I wanted you guys to kind of see this a little bit closer and put down in the comments what you think about it, because this is actually pretty interesting, and it's very interesting. We get a lot of photos and video stuff from Mexico, so I need to make a trip over there this year and spend about a week there in some of these areas just to kind of see if I can capture some footage that these people are seeing or capturing to us, because this isn't the first time that we've had footage coming from somewhere in Mexico. I showed this to you guys a while back. Someone was out and they saw this very faint in the sky, and they just actually took their camera out and took a photo of it. And if you zoom in on it, which I will in just a minute, it seems similar to the previous one I just showed you. Maybe some small differences with these, but I do remember Bob Lazar said when he was at Area 51, he did see 9 open hangars, and each one of the crafts looked a little different. He even said one resembled kind of like a top hat, which I couldn't say that this looks like a top hat, but it could be close to what he's talking about here. Now, I'm not going to say this resembles the one that we just saw, but it is basically what we consider to be a typical flying saucer is what we're actually seeing here. And you guys know that probably about 9 months ago or so, I did put a video out about one filmed in South Africa. Here's the video clip there for this one. Some people said this was fake, it's a drone and stuff, but it was actually sitting there, and you guys can see the kind of sun reflecting off of it and stuff. This does remind me of a Billy Meier UFO. Like I said before, I don't think that Billy Meier didn't see something. I just think that a lot of the information he put out there was kind of fake and falsified, and he probably tried to replicate what he saw maybe once or twice with this, but this does resemble that. Now, this could be an ARV, alien reproduction vehicle, and I got some information coming up for you guys real quick with that, but then it's there, and then it's just gonna disappear. It's gonna just zoom off to the right, bam, just like that. Now, I'm gonna try to slow this down. It's still you're not gonna see it that well, but it's actually pretty interesting. Here it is kind of slowed down, and it's really quick actually. I tried to zoom in on it, but you guys will see this. bam, and then it's gone. And that's at 1/4 of the speed. But anyway, put your comments down below of what you guys think about this. I think this is a pretty interesting photo, and we can add this kind of to our photo archive of 2024 of UFO photos, even though it's taken in 2022. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you guys watching. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I always appreciate you guys tuning in and watching videos. So today I'm going to talk about this particular barn. It's the Edgemore barn. It's in Santee, California. Now this barn has been known for a lot of different paranormal activities. People have seen ghosts there. They've heard and seen people walk, or creatures and stuff walking around. I'll do a video on this a little bit later on so you guys can do a little research on it if you want to catch up on it and find out about it. But the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because over 10 years ago there was a lady named Ellen Henry, and she was out there taking a photo of the barn, and she actually took a photo of a UFO. She didn't know what it was at first. She thought when she loaded her computer it might have been a bug, but when she zoomed in on it, she saw that it wasn't. And here's going to be the actual photo she shot. And if you guys don't see there, it's going to be in the left hand corner. I have a little pointer showing there for it, so you guys can see why she would probably at first think this was some kind of bug or something. But if you actually zoom in on it, you will see that it is not a bug. And there was a couple of news paper articles, and the news actually went out there and talked to her. So I'll leave a link below in the description where you guys can see the interview where they talked to her. It's like about 2 minutes long, but it's clearly that this is no bug. And this actually slipped under the radar because I actually didn't know about this until recently. So I figured I would show this to you guys in case you have or have not heard about it. If you live in the area, if you heard about it, I think she said it was May 7th. It was May 7th, 2013 that this photo was actually taken. So it was pretty interesting. So I wanted to share this with you guys and get your thoughts on it. I'll be looking more into that barn and some of the paranormal activity that happens there. But people are kind of calling this the Roswell of California, which nothing crashed. But, you know, give or take, I give them kind of what they want on that, which is actually kind of funny. But looking at this craft, I thought it was somewhat cigar shaped at first. But I know it looks blurry and distorted. People will talk about that. But when you kind of zoom in on this and stuff, that's kind of what happens for it. I tried to clear it up, but it actually messes it up when I try to clear it up, take the background and stuff out. But clearly, it is metallic, and it does look to be disc shaped, and it does look like the sun's kind of reflecting off of it. So it does make it a little bit more legit in my point of view from seeing this. So put your comments down below about that. I want to know what you guys think about this, or if you've heard about this case before, let me know about any information you've heard about that. And then I have one other thing to show you guys or talk to you guys about as well. So this next photo is actually taken in 1979 in New Zealand. Here is the photo here. 2 pilots actually took this photo here, and I thought this was very interesting. This was another one that I was not aware of, that I actually found this, and I was like, this is pretty interesting because this photo, although it is very old, taken in 1979, it is in black and white. If you zoom in on it, it actually reminds me, I think it was the Homestead UFO. Now, I only say that because of the shape of the 2 craft. They both look kind of like that horseshoe shape or kind of a U-shaped craft. Not saying it's the same thing. This thing could have been flying past and they took it, but it does kind of resemble that. So it was interesting, and I wanted to bring this to you guys' attention in case you've heard something about this. This is something that it's just not out there. I don't know why more information is not out there about this, but that's why I'm putting it on this channel for you guys to review and see. You guys may or may not have heard something about this, but this was, like I said, taken in 1979, and it was taken in New Zealand. This is the only photo these 2 pilots actually took of this. But there's kind of a whole report on that, which I couldn't find all the information on it, but I did have this photo to show to you guys. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're jumping straight into this. So Jeremy Corbell has talked about this particular, what he's calling a jellyfish type UFO. So I'll leave a link below in the description to the video so you guys can go over there and check it out. But I thought this was very interesting and very weird. This may not actually be a UFO. It may actually be an actual maybe robot, android, or maybe even a particular type of being if you guys look at it. And we'll look at it up close. I wanted to show you this because this was probably some of the best footage from that particular video, especially the recent close-up of it. But you guys see this thing, it's just floating through the air. And what I'm surprised about is no one else has seen it, or no one else like walked outside and saw it. Maybe this was early in the morning or early at night, but you guys can go over to his channel and check that out. But look at this thing, it's just floating through the air there. Now this could be, I'm not going to take out the possibility of somebody doing a hoax, somebody going in and maybe CGIing it, or maybe just putting a cloak or something over a drone and flying around. We're not going to dismiss that at all. But for this thing to be actually just flying around like that is actually just crazy. So I wanted to show this to you guys and get your comments on it. And I'm actually going to stop this in just a second so we can take a close look. See those two guys right there? It's like they didn't even notice it. It was just like regular, I guess, everyday, whatever. And maybe it was invisible or something. And then here it is slowed down. You guys see it's going to actually fly in front of two people. And they don't even notice it. So maybe it's cloaked or something. I don't know. But here it is close up. You can clearly see, it looks like it has arms or tentacles or something hanging from it. So I see why he would call it an octopus. But you see how when it goes to a lighter area, it's almost like it tries to blend in with a particular area so you can't see it. So I don't know what to say or make of this. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments below of what you think about this, because this is actually pretty interesting. Even the dog right there, one or two dogs, they didn't even notice it. And you guys know dogs notice everything. Or just about everything, we put it that way. I mean, look at this thing. It's like it's actually just changing. Maybe it's blending in, maybe it's, I don't know what to say on this one. I really don't. Because see, it seems somewhat transparent as it's flying there. And I'm just surprised that no one else actually saw this. But like I said, here it is in front of these two people walking. They didn't notice it. And here's two more people, and they didn't notice it either. And here's a quick still image of it. You clearly see at least 4 limbs or something hanging from whatever this is. So guys, put down in the comments what you think this is. And like I said, there's a link below in the description to the whole video. It's about 3 minutes long, and you can see the entire video there. But I thought this was something interesting to show to you guys. So as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you watching. Know that the jellyfish UAP that was released by Jeremy Cabell a couple of months ago, probably several weeks ago, was actually pretty interesting. This one right here, I don't have a location. It actually looks like someone actually filmed this, and then someone showed it to them on a TV, and they actually filmed it again. But this is the object right here, and the video clip is really short, so I don't know if they just filmed it and that was it, but here it is right here. See, it kind of gets out of focus, then they focus back in on it. Very interesting. Don't know what to make of this, guys. If this is a balloon or something, that'd be a pretty interesting balloon that they have out there. But I don't know what else to say on this one right here. We see, looks like 4 legs, tentacles, landing gear, whatever it may be, actually extending from the bottom of this particular object or whatever this is. Then they kind of focus in on. It's kind of hard to make out if it's got windows or something around it, but it's very, very creepy and weird and interesting all in the same time. So if you guys have heard anything about this, put it down in the comments. I'd like to know if we know what this is and where it was actually taken, if this was debunked as a hoax or anything, because it could be someone playing a trick with a drone or something like that, but I find it very unlikely. So you guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I wanted to show you guys a couple of these things, especially this right here. So let me know in the comments what you think about this, because this is actually pretty interesting. Even when it kind of turns to the side just a little bit, you guys see there, the legs kind of extend out or something like that a little bit. But that's all the footage I have of it. But if you heard anything about this, put it down in the comments. If not, put down in the comments what you think it is. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. First one was actually seen over in Mexico, and this was in actually 1973, and it's actually really interesting. So I'll put a link in the description. There's actually a website to it, but this is the photo that they captured. Now, don't go and say, oh, it's all blurry and fuzzy. All UFO photos are blurry and fuzzy. This one was actually taken in 1973, and like I said, there's a website, and I'll send you a link to it. But look at this. I just want you guys to see there's actually a couple more photos to this as well. This is one of the photos, and then of course this is what it looks like, kind of zoomed in. Of course, like I said, it's taken in 1973, guys, so remember that. That's why it's not the clearest photo, but at least we have something. We know that it's got tentacles on us. I guess we're going to identify it as the tentacle UFO. I really don't want to say UAP, but tentacle UFO or UAP. Say UAP, I'll just say UAP to get more people to kind of look at this nowadays. But there is a website, and I'll leave a link to the website here. It goes over what you just saw, those images just there. And it says, you know, 4 people were traveling Mexico City, etc. And the passengers saw something. And luckily, they actually had, at that time, a pretty good camera to actually take out and take a couple of photos that you guys are seeing there, and actually put that in this video too. But I'll leave a link. It's a very, very short article, so it's worth actually going over and looking at it. Maybe if you keep a UFO archive, to keep it there. But it talks about these people and kind of what they saw. But I thought that this was very interesting and wanted to show this to you guys to get some of your feedback on. Like I said, there's going to be a link in the description over to that website so you guys can see that. And now we're going to get into the second one that was actually seen as well. This is interesting. Like I said, these have been seen in different places around the world, and there's actually a full documentary on it. So there's a link to a YouTube video I actually put down so you guys can see it. But here it is here. Now, some people may say, oh, this looks bad. Well, they were actually trying to take the photo in and enhance it and stuff. But the documentary actually has about 4 or 5 of these photos, and actually a video clip too of this particular object that they saw. We're just going to call this the tentacle UFO or tentacle UAP. We can do either or. So it doesn't matter. You guys put down in the comments what we want to call this, because we want to identify some of this stuff going forward. But these photos of this thing is pretty interesting. So here's the first photo. Of course, we see stuff like this all the time, and we probably don't pay no attention to it. But I think if we start seeing things like this and we start identifying, we can actually draw our attention to it and do like some of these people did. See some of this stuff, start taking at least a photo or a quick video clip of it or something, and then putting it out there. So it does seem like it did kind of move. These tentacles or legs from it are kind of exposed down from it, and it actually moved around. Now the video is in Portuguese, but you can do it in like English subtitles and stuff. So that's a good thing for it, or English captions for it, so you can look at the video and check that out. But it's a pretty interesting video, and I can't remember the user that sent this to me, but I appreciate all you guys that sent this, the person, the other ones too, but they sent this over to me. I did take a quick look at it, and like I said, it's about a 24-minute documentary on this particular sighting and what the people saw. And the thing about it is they have eyewitness testimonies. They have people that talk about what they saw, where it was at, kind of their reactions and stuff to it. So like I said, if you don't understand the language, you can use English captions for it. Maybe YouTube will let you do it in different languages if you're in a different part of the world. But the information there was actually just pretty interesting. I need to rewatch it myself, but it talks about people and what they saw, photos, quick little video snippets and stuff like that, which you guys see here of it. And then they had people kind of go in and investigate and try to break it down and say, yeah, this was not falsified. They didn't make this stuff up. So this is getting interesting, guys. I said from this first photo I showed to you guys, we don't know what this is, even over to what we're going to identify as these tentacle type UFOs or UAPs, which is very interesting. I think this is the clearest one out of them all that we see here. And it's just very interesting to me to see something like this. I don't know what that is protruding out the sides of it. I don't know I don't know. I'm not even going to try to guess what it is, but at least we can start archiving this and putting this out there. And I may at some point in time create a website and start putting this stuff out there, because I think that YouTube is fine for presenting this to you guys and stuff like that, but I think we need to get on the site and start getting archives. So I'll probably do that at some point in time this year. So 2024, I'll be creating a site. I'm just not sure how I'm going to go about it just yet, but I can go ahead and do that. So anyway, put your comments down below what you guys think about this. This stuff was pretty interesting and pretty fascinating to me. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends. We want to grow this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, thanks for watching. All right, guys, and this last one here is going to be very controversial, but I had to look at this several times on the big screen. So basically, this person was out and they were looking on location, looking to film a music video and stuff, and they filmed this with an iPhone 7. So that shows you how old this video is going to be, but it was filmed in slow motion. So I'm going to play it in its entirety. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to point out what I saw as far as the 5, I think, objects I saw. I think there's supposed to be like 7. But I saw about 5, so I'm gonna let it play first to see if you guys can see this. There's kind of 1 or 2 at the very beginning, but you have to look at it really, really close to see this. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this video footage. Like I said, it's very difficult to see. They thought they were bugs at first. Like, 1 just flew by, there's another one that just flew by there. And then that's 2. That's 3 that just flew by. I'm seeing it because I've looked at it before. There's gonna be a 4th and then a 5th one, if I recall. I know the 4th one's coming up, and the 5th one's gonna be the one that's gonna actually go from the left to the right and then go behind the mountain. But it's very difficult to see this, but it's actually there. And this is in slow motion, guys. You have to remember this. This was actually slowed down. Like I said, I'm going to come back to this, and I'm actually going to play it again. I'm actually going to have pointers so you guys can see this, because I saw 5 objects when I actually put this on the big screen. And there was the other object. You probably didn't see that. So I'm going to play this back again. Like I said, I'm going to point out a couple of things because it's very interesting. I think this video was actually put out there and then it was lost over time as everything else goes. Channels were up, they were down, video got deleted, and it kind of got played around with. But there were 5 objects that I counted, but someone said there were actual 7 objects. And I'm just letting this play in case you guys see it, because when I go back and point out these objects, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what they were talking about. So let me go ahead, let's replay this again. I'm gonna point out the 5 that I saw. All right, y'all, pay close attention to these pointers. This is gonna be quick. I did slow it down some though. I counted about 6. So you'll see 1 there. That's what you're looking for. There's another one there. There's another one there. That's 3. You guys may see more, I don't know, but I've counted 5. But see, there's another one. That's 4. Then there's 2 more that I saw. Now they said 7, so I probably missed one. So you guys, if you can, put down the timestamps in the descriptions where you're seeing them at on this last part, because it's gonna be good to identify these. Here's another one. That one was hard to find. That's 5, and then it's the 6th one. And I think this last one that I saw goes actually behind the mountain, then it comes in front of it. It'll take us just seconds. I did slow this down. This is slower than the original slowed down version, because I wanted you guys to really be able to evaluate this. So put down in the comments, like I said, if you see anything, put a timestamp. It's just putting the number and then a colon and stuff there, and like 10, like 10:10 or something like that. You could put down there for that. And this last one's gonna come up. You're gonna see it in just a second. Like I said, there could be more in here that I did not see. That's why I'm, depending on you guys, if you see any more, let me know. So I counted 6, and the 7th one is gonna come up in just a minute. Here it comes. Bam, right there. So that's 6 that I've counted. That one actually, I think, went behind the mountain and actually flew forward, or behind this big hill and flew forward with it. So you guys may be seeing more. Let me know down in the comments what more you saw, if you saw any other ones anywhere else, and maybe we can revisit this at another point in time. But this is a very interesting video. I think this is the first one where we've seen several objects that are actually up close. I mean, we've gotten dash cam videos before and all that, but this one's actually pretty clear. So people want clear videos, kind of this is what you have right here. You do have some stuff here that we can actually see that's pretty clear. This is with an iPhone 7, if I recall from all the information from this. So it was still pretty clear enough for us to be able to identify, and it's not just a blur. If you screen capture it, freeze the frame and go in and zoom in, and it is blurry, but once you do see that, you will see that they do look saucer shaped and they are metallic. So it's very, 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 very interesting footage that we have here. And like I said, this is several years old. I was taking about an iPhone 7, so that was what, 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago or something like that. So put down in the comments what you guys think about this and then the other videos as well. And as I get more information, of course, I'll always share it with you guys. So as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Let's get some more comments on this. Let's see if we can kind of get this kind of viral so people can start looking back at this. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.